Everyone knew him as the cold billionaire, a man untouched by emotion, untouched by pity, untouched by anything human. But all of that shattered the moment he saw it, a silver bracelet, glinting on the wrist of a 16-year-old girl, selling oranges by the roadside. His world stopped, his breath faltered, because that bracelet was no ordinary bracelet. He had forged it himself. Every curve, every carving, every hidden initial. Hello, family. Welcome back to Tales with Francis Stories. Please subscribe and leave a comment. It means the world to us. Also, share this video to your friends and loved ones, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss future videos from us. Thank you as you do so. The first thing Mia heard was coughing. Deep. Painful. The kind that grabbed the lungs like a fist. She turned quickly. Her mother, Elena, was hunched over on their thin mattress, coughing so hard it shook her entire body. "Mom!" Mia rushed to her side, rubbing her back. "You didn't sleep again?" Elena forced a weak smile, her lips pale. "I'm fine, baby. It's just another morning." But they both knew it wasn't fine. The cough was louder, the fever hotter, the shaking worse. Medicine had finished. Money had finished. Hope was almost finishing too. Mia tucked the blanket around her mother. "I'll go and sell everything today," she said. "I'll buy the medicine before noon. Just rest." Elena touched her cheek gently. "Don't go too far. Promise me." Mia nodded, even though deep down she knew she had to go far if she wanted to earn enough. She stepped outside with her basket of oranges, whispering a silent prayer. "Please, God, just let today be different." Mia walked for hours, under the sun, in dust, past crowds, past cars that splashed muddy water on her, past men who ignored her, and women who told her, "Go back to school, small girl." She kept going. By noon, she had only sold 4 oranges. Just 4. She sat on the curb, exhausted, wiping sweat from her forehead. That was when a car passed. Not just any car, a black SUV that moved slowly, like the driver was searching for something. It turned the corner, then suddenly stopped, reversed, stopped right in front of Mia. She froze. The window rolled down. A man leaned toward her. A man with sharp eyes, a clean beard, and a suit too expensive for this dusty street. Aaron Cole, the billionaire. The man on newspapers. The man on billboards. The man people said had no heart. They called him the frozen billionaire. Mia didn't know all that. She just saw a rich man looking at a poor girl. He spoke first. "Are you all right?" Mia blinked. No one had asked her that in a long time. "Yes, sir. I'm okay." He looked at her basket, then at her tired face. How much for everything? Mia's heart jumped. "All? Sir, are you sure?" He nodded. "Yes, all." She slowly told him the price. He watched her for a moment. "You look familiar," he said quietly. Mia frowned. "I don't think we've met, sir." "No," he whispered. "Not you. Your eyes. They look like someone I once knew." Aaron reached into his wallet to pay for the oranges, pulling out crisp bills. Mia held out her hands to take the money, but as she stretched her wrist forward, something caught his eye. A flash of silver, a delicate chain, a familiar shimmer. His breath hitched, slowly, like he was afraid to scare the moment away. He reached forward. "Wait," he whispered. "What is that on your wrist?" Mia looked down. "Oh, this? It's just my bracelet." But Aaron wasn't listening. He was staring like he was looking at a ghost wearing jewelry. The bracelet was thin, feminine, and slightly old, but beautifully crafted. A silver chain with a small oval pendant attached, and on that pendant, faintly worn from years of touching, 2 initials engraved together inside a tiny heart. A and E. Aaron's heart slammed against his ribs. No, it couldn't be. It was impossible. He stepped closer, voice trembling. "Child, where did you get this bracelet?" Mia blinked, confused by his sudden intensity. It belonged to my mother. Aaron swallowed hard. Your mother? What's her name? Mia hesitated. Why do you want to know? Please. His voice cracked. Tell me. Mia didn't understand why her bracelet mattered so much. But something in his eyes, fear, hope, pain, made lying impossible. She whispered, her name is Elena. Aaron froze. His fingers loosened. The money fell from his hand onto the dusty ground. His chest rose and fell in shaky breaths, as if he'd been punched. He whispered the name again, barely audible. Elena. Mia stepped back nervously. Sir, what's wrong? Aaron lifted his eyes to hers, slowly, painfully. I know that bracelet, he said. I had one made 16 years ago. I gave it to someone special. He pointed at the engraving. A is for Aaron, he whispered. E is for Elena. Mia's heart stuttered. That's my mother's name. Aaron's voice broke completely. Child, where is she? Please, I need to see her. Mia was shaking now. My mother is sick. Very, very sick. She barely breathes some nights. That shattered him. What? He breathed. She's sick? Mia nodded, eyes filling with tears. I didn't make enough money today to buy medicine. I was about going home with just 4 oranges sold until you stopped. The billionaire, cold, distant, feared by many, felt his world collapsing. He whispered, Did she ever tell you about the man who gave her that bracelet? Mia shook her head. She never told me anything about my him, sir. Nothing at all. She only said it was special. Aaron's eyes trembled. He stepped forward, desperate, pleading. Can you take me to her? Please. I beg you. I need to see her. But, sir, please, he repeated, voice trembling. Inside his mind, the words screamed. I've already lost her once. I cannot lose her again. But he didn't say a single word out loud. His lips stayed closed. His face stayed calm, for Mia's sake. Only his eyes revealed the storm inside him. Mia gripped her basket tightly, heart pounding. Okay, she whispered. I'll take you. You don't look like a bad person. And together, they began the journey toward a truth that had been buried for 16 years. 16 years before Mia was born, long before sickness, poverty, and heartbreak. There was a quiet orphan girl standing at the gates of the Cole mansion, unaware that walking inside would change and destroy her life. Elena Rivers was 18 when she first walked into the Cole family mansion. She wore a faded dress. Her hair was tied back neatly. Her smile was soft but tired. The kind of smile people wear when life has been unkind for too long. She had no parents, no siblings, no relatives to run to. Just a small box of clothes and a letter from the orphanage recommending her for work. The Cole mansion towered above her like a palace. Tall pillars, shining floors, guards standing stiff like statues. Elena swallowed nervously and knocked. Her hands shook. The door opened, revealing Mrs. Harriet Cole, Aaron's mother. A perfect woman with perfect nails, perfect hair, and a perfectly cold smile. You must be the new maid, she said without warmth. Yes, ma'am, Elena whispered. Mrs. Cole's eyes scanned her from head to toe. Small, quiet, obedient looking. Good. Come in. That was the beginning. Elena worked silently. She cleaned the staircase. She served meals. She polished the floors until she could see her own reflection in them. She never spoke unless spoken to. She never complained. She never asked for help. She survived by being invisible. At least, that was the plan, until Aaron Cole returned home from university during summer break. He was 21, soft-spoken, curious, gentle in ways that did not match the cold mansion he came from. The first time he saw Elena was by accident. She was sweeping the garden walkway, humming to herself. A small melody that came from nowhere. Aaron froze at the sound. He hadn't heard humming in this house since he was a child. He stepped closer without thinking. "That song," he said softly. "Where did you learn it?" Elena gasped and dropped her broom. "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know anyone was here. I didn't mean to." "It's okay," Aaron said, smiling for the first time in a long time. "I like it." Elena blinked. No one ever cared about her humming. No one cared about anything she did except the perfection of her work. But Aaron did, and that was the beginning of the end. Aaron began noticing her everywhere. Her footsteps in the hallway, her careful way of speaking, her habit of tucking loose strands of hair behind her ear when she was nervous. He found reasons, excuses, even to walk through whatever room she was cleaning. One evening, he found her struggling to lift a heavy box in the storage room. "Let me help," he said. She jumped. "Sir, please, I can do it." "You don't have to do everything alone," he replied gently. Elena looked at him, really looked at him, and for the first time saw kindness in a world that rarely offered it. From that day, something unspoken began growing between them. It grew in small moments. When he handed her a glass of cold water after a long day, when she smiled at him, like he was the first person who ever saw her as human. And it grew in stolen moments. Long gazes in the hallway, whispered goodnights, quiet laughter in the garden, hands brushing accidentally, then not pulling away. It was innocent at first. Then it became dangerous. One night, under the moonlit balcony, Aaron looked at her the way no one ever had. "Elena," he whispered, "you deserve so much more than this." She swallowed hard. "No one has ever said that to me." He stepped closer. His voice trembled. "I think about you all the time." Her heart raced. "You shouldn't," she whispered. "You're human," he finished softly. "Just like you." And then, for the first time, Elena felt wanted, felt chosen, felt loved. And that was when trouble began. Mrs. Cole noticed the changes. Aaron smiling more. Aaron spending time in the garden. Elena glowing in ways a poor maid never glowed. One evening, she followed quietly and heard them laughing together. Her son and that girl, that orphan, that nobody. Her face hardened. On the same night, she called Elena to her office. "Sit." Elena obeyed, trembling. "I see what you're doing," Mrs. Cole said coldly. "Trying to trap my son." Elena shook her head fearfully. "No, ma'am. I would never." "Silence," Mrs. Cole snapped. "You think I don't know girls like you? Poor, desperate, always looking for a wealthy man to rescue you. I swear, ma'am, that's not—" "Look at me," Mrs. Cole's voice cut like a knife. "If you ever speak to my son again, if you ever go near him, if I see you looking at him, I will destroy you." Tears filled Elena's eyes. She wasn't trying to trap anyone. She just loved him. But love meant nothing to a woman like Mrs. Cole. Mrs. Cole, on the other hand, never raised her voice. She never needed to. Her power was the kind that moved silently, like a knife hidden in soft silk. And that afternoon, as Aaron walked into the dining room, he felt something cold waiting for him in the air. "Mother, you wanted to see me?" "Yes, sweetheart." She smiled, the kind of smile that made his stomach tighten rather than relax. "Sit. We need to talk about your future." He sat. She poured him tea, stirred it twice, then placed the spoon down with delicate precision. "You're wasting your potential here," she began calmly. "You're a brilliant young man, Aaron. You should be out there learning, building your future, making international connections." Aaron frowned slightly. "Mother, I'm already studying. I'll finish in a year." "Yes," she said sweetly, "but finishing here isn't enough. You need exposure. You need an environment that matches your intelligence." She leaned forward. "I've spoken with the admissions board. There's an opportunity for you to transfer abroad next month." Aaron's eyebrows rose. "Transfer?" Next month? Mother, that's so sudden. Greatness doesn't wait, she replied. Your father and I agreed it's best for you. Erin blinked in confusion. My father agreed? Her smile tightened. She didn't answer that. Besides, she continued, this will be good for you. A fresh start. No distractions. The word hit him hard. Distractions. He swallowed. Mother, are you talking about Elena? Her expression didn't change. Erin, she said gently, you're young. She's a sweet girl, but she's a maid. You cannot throw away your future because of a temporary emotional attachment. It's not temporary, he said firmly. It's real. Her face hardened just a little. You think it's love, but sometimes love comes from the wrong place. You must trust me. Leaving will help you see things clearly. He stood. Mother, I'm not leaving Elena. Mrs. Cole sighed and looked away, as if disappointed. She used silence, the way other people used weapons. Finally, she placed a hand on his shoulder. Erin, she will hold you back. A girl like that can destroy everything you're meant to become. His jaw tightened. You're wrong. She squeezed his shoulder harder. You'll thank me one day. He pulled away from her touch. I'm not leaving her, he insisted. But even as he spoke, a small seed of doubt crept in, planted carefully by his mother's words. In the days that followed, Mrs. Cole worked quietly, relentlessly. She manipulated deadlines. She forged urgency. She pressured him with scholarship opportunities. She reminded him of family expectations. And slowly, painfully, the idea of transferring began to feel less like a choice and more like something he had to do. One evening, unable to sleep, Erin went to the garden. He needed clarity. He needed peace. He didn't expect her to be there. Elena stood under the orange tree, her apron still on, brushing fallen leaves away. She turned when she heard him. Erin, are you okay? He walked to her, heart heavy. Elena, I need to talk to you. Her fingers tightened around the broom. Is something wrong? No, not wrong. Just hard. He took her hand. My mother wants me to transfer abroad. Next month. She froze. So soon? He nodded. I tried to resist. I tried to stay. But everything feels like it's pushing me to go. Her eyes dimmed. You're leaving me? No, he said, stepping closer. I'm not leaving you. That's why I came here. He reached into his pocket and pulled out the small silver box. Elena, I want you to have this. She opened the box with trembling fingers. Her breath caught. A delicate silver bracelet. Smooth, warm, shining under the moonlight. The pendant was oval, engraved beautifully with A.E. Elena covered her mouth with her hand. Erin, it's beautiful. But why? Because I don't want you to doubt how I feel. This isn't goodbye. It's a promise. He clasped the bracelet around her wrist. I will call you every week. I will write every week. I will come back for you. You are not losing me. Tears gathered in her eyes. How do I know your mother won't stop you? He held her face gently. Because I'm a grown man, Elena. My heart is mine. She leaned her forehead against his. I'm scared, Erin. Don't be, he whispered. This bracelet, it means I'm yours. And when I return, I will stand before my family and tell them the truth. She hugged him fiercely, her tears soaking into his shirt. I love you, she whispered. He held her tighter. I love you too. He left, with hope burning in his chest. He had no idea that hope would be crushed the moment he stepped on that plane. The mansion felt painfully quiet after Erin left. Too quiet. Elena woke up the next morning feeling strange, dizzy, heavy, different. At first, she blamed stress, the separation, the worry, the ache of missing him already. But when the dizziness worsened and her appetite shifted, something inside her whispered a truth she was almost afraid to believe. No, it can't be. Her hands trembled as she sneaked out of the mansion and went to the small local clinic. Minutes later, she sat on a wooden bench, holding a folded piece of paper, a result written in ink that made her entire world spin. She was pregnant. Her heart raced. Aaron needs to know. He will be happy. He will come back. She hurried back to her small servant room as tears of shock and joy blurred her sight. Elena finished writing the letter with shaking hands. Every word carried her fear, her hope, and the truth Aaron deserved to know. When she sealed the envelope, she held it to her chest for a long moment. "I'll send it to you the moment I get your address," she whispered. She tucked the letter neatly inside the top drawer of her small bedside table, hidden, safe, waiting. She wiped her tears, straightened her uniform, and stepped out of the room to finish her chores. The room fell silent. Minutes later, the door creaked open. Mrs. Cole entered quietly, her heels clicking softly on the floor. She looked around the tiny space with a cold, assessing gaze, the way someone inspects something they already plan to destroy. Her eyes landed on the half-open drawer. Curiosity or suspicion flickered across her face. She slid the drawer open fully and found the envelope. She lifted it slowly, reading Elena's handwriting on the front. The words inside made her blood run cold. "I'm carrying our child." Her lips curled into a slow, icy smile. "So, that girl is pregnant." She folded the letter neatly. Then she tore it in half, then into quarters, then into pieces so tiny they fluttered like dust. She dropped the remains into the fire burning in her private sitting room. The flames swallowed them instantly. "Perfect," she whispered. "No one will ever know." And that was when she made up her mind. Elena had to go. Not later. Not eventually. Now. If she stayed long enough for her stomach to show, Aaron's father might ask questions. People in the mansion might start rumors. Servants talked. Mrs. Cole wasn't about to let a servant's child carry her family name or stain her son's reputation. So she planned. She waited. And then she struck. Elena was called into the private sitting room. She entered with her bracelet hidden under her sleeve, still warm from Aaron's hands. "You sent for me, ma'am?" "Yes," Mrs. Cole said coldly. "Pack your things and leave, immediately." Elena's breath caught. "Ma'am? Why? What did I do? What did I do?" Mrs. Cole walked to her, circling her like a hawk. "You have no place in this house. Not now. Not ever." She leaned closer. "And certainly not in my son's life." Elena's eyes widened. "You know?" "Of course I know," Mrs. Cole hissed. "I see everything under this roof. But listen carefully. Aaron is gone. He won't be back for months. And when he returns, he will not find you here." Elena shook, wrapping an arm protectively around her stomach. Mrs. Cole noticed. Her voice dropped to a sinister whisper. "You're pregnant, aren't you?" Elena couldn't speak. Her silence was her confession. Mrs. Cole smiled, slow and poisonous. She stepped closer, eyes sharp. "Leave now, before I make one phone call and have your baby taken from you and placed for adoption immediately. You deliver. Don't test me, Elena. I have the influence to make it happen." Elena went still. "And if it happens," Mrs. Cole added softly, "you will never see that child again."